Bowl champ Michael Gore speaking out for the first time since filing a lawsuit against the Memphis, Tennessee family who took him in as a teen. Their heartwarming story depicted in the 2009 Oscar-nominated hit, The Blind Side.
We want to know if you would like to become part of this family.
Kind of thought I already was.
Or speaking with the New York Times about the complex ongoing court case in which he alleges that Leanne and Sean Toohey took advantage of him, depriving him of millions. Homeless at the age of 18, Orr says he thought he was signing adoption papers with the family, only to later learn he consented to a conservatorship, allowing the Tooheys to take control of his finances for nearly 20 years. Telling the New York Times, "The first time I heard 'I love you,' it was Sean and Leanne saying it. When that happens at 18, you become vulnerable. You let your guard down, and then you get everything stripped from you. It turns into a hurt feeling." Before the movie was even released, the now 38-year-old saying the portrayal of him as, quote, stupid in the book first detailing his life cost him a higher draft position while signing on with the Baltimore Ravens in 2009.
The Baltimore Ravens select Michael Orr.
Saying the NFL people were wondering if I could read a playbook. I first sat down with the Tooheys and met Michael during the height of the film's Oscar buzz. He was clearly uncomfortable talking about the hit film and his portrayal in it.
Was it annoying that the movie portrayed it as if you had to learn to play football?
Yeah, that part right there, it really got me because no, it wasn't anything. It wasn't never like that.
Or now saying after seeing the movie, it felt like it was a comedy about someone else. And on social media saying, I started seeing stuff that I'm dumb, I'm stupid. Every article about me mentioned The Blind Side like it was part of my name. The Tooheys, parents to 2 children, vehemently deny any wrongdoing after the conservatorship ended last September, saying each family member received equal parts of the film's profits, including Orr, who they say was given over $138,000 over 10 payments.
The outcome is no doubt difficult for both parties. In a local paper, the Tooheys actually said that the allegations are hurtful, but say they will continue to love Michael as they did when he was a teenager. And guys, he's been quoted as saying they were there for him, gave him a nice home when he needed it, but clearly they see this outcome very different.
For far too long, our experiences and histories have been manipulated into a narrative that positions us as mere subjects of pity, waiting for a white savior to swoop in and rescue us from our supposed plight. We have watched as countless films and stories unfold on the screen, depicting heroic white figures who courageously step into our lives, wielding their privilege as both shield and sword. This narrative, steeped in colonial roots and systemic racism, not only undermines our strength, but also perpetuates a cycle of dependence and victimhood. It is imperative that we recognize the dangers of this trope, the white savior complex, that simplifies our struggles and ignores the rich, multifaceted realities of our existence. The truth is that we do not need saving. We are not a problem to be fixed. Rather, we are a community bursting with resilience, creativity, and leadership. Our ancestors fought against insurmountable odds, establishing legacies of courage and determination that continue to inspire us today. We carry their strength within us, driving the narrative of our own lives forward. When we allow these stories to prevail, stories that prioritize white agency over our own, we unwittingly diminish our voices. We become background characters in a tale where we should be the protagonists. It is essential for us to challenge this narrative, to reclaim our stories, and to craft our own representations. Our triumphs, struggles, joys, and pain deserve to be told from our perspective, without the lens of someone else's preconceived notions or desires. It is not merely enough for us to celebrate Black stories. We must insist on authentic storytelling that foregrounds our lived experiences. The industry is filled with talented Black writers, directors, and creators who can and do tell our stories in rich and profound ways. We must support their work, uplift their voices, and insist on narratives that reflect our reality rather than perpetuate stereotypes or erase our agency. Moreover, we must be wary of the roles we are handed, both on and off the screen. The portrayal of Black characters, as dependent upon white characters for their success or salvation, must be resisted. Instead, we should demand narratives that celebrate our autonomy, resilience, and ingenuity. Every time we see a film where a white hero is the centerpiece of a Black story, we must remind ourselves that our heroes are among us, not in the fantasies created by Hollywood. In this fight for authenticity, we also have the power to create change in our own communities. We can mentor, educate, and uplift each other, crafting a narrative that emphasizes our collective strength and unity. Let us build spaces where our stories flourish, where our children see themselves as heroes of their own tales, unencumbered by the weight of someone else's savior complex. As we move forward, let us hold firmly onto our narrative. Let us tell our stories, celebrate our victories, and confront our struggles without the need for an outsider's validation. In embracing our identity and autonomy, we can forge a future that reflects our true essence and promises our rightful place as the architects of our own destinies. We are powerful, we are resilient, and we do not need saving. We need the world to recognize our strength and humanity.